We offer the best grooming colors for you, for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, luxury. Make our products that are made for you with high quality, yeah. So get in style with the black to the black, yeah. Company, company, give you swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury, yeah. Black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, December 7th, 2024. This is the post-fight show for Repeat or Revenge, the doubleheader that was on ESPN broadcast. It just wrapped up moments ago, where we had Featherweights. We had the Ramirez and Rafael Espinoza rematch, and also the Emmanuel Navarrete Oscar Valdez rematch. Both fights saw the winners of the first go-round repeat their victories in different ways, albeit exciting, controversial, entertaining, questionable, all of the above. And then throughout the day, we had fights on all day long, basically. Too many to cover everything for this evening's show. But what I will do is I will cover the ESPN main and co-main events on this broadcast. I'll come back and do some videos on everything else. But my goodness, what a day loaded full of boxing, chock full of boxing. And I want to say salute to my brothers and sisters from the community that I had a chance to sit back and enjoy these matches with. It was entertaining, engaging. We all had our parts of something to say as we witnessed some boxing that you just couldn't, even going in, you couldn't call what we were able to experience this evening. Emmanuel Navarrete is an enigma. That man is someone who sooner or later people are going to have to acknowledge his abilities, even though he has flaws, tremendous flaws that should not allow him to get away with some of the things that he does. But yet and still, it's the state of the game today. The man enters bouts not well trained. He battles from a point of an unorthodox manner, and he's heavy-handed enough to be a threat to each and every one of his opponents. But he has shown vulnerabilities. You could look at his fight with Liam Wilson as an example, and also Dennis Berinchek. It will take a disciplined fighter, someone who is capable of imposing their own game plan against him. Something that on this day, it was readily apparent that Oscar Valdez was not prepared to do. Valdez ran out there and immediately engaged in some sort of trading war that saw him on the canvas as early as the first round. Very unfortunate, because it is obvious that the punching power of Navarrete is formidable enough for a fighter who has a porous defense and could not see what direction punches were coming when he would just bend over or bend forward. Though Navarrete was the slower, both of foot and fist, Valdez could not capitalize. He could not close the distance effectively. He could not fight from mid-range. And when he was in close, he held. Shout out to trainer extraordinaire Eddie Reynoso. Yeah. Your guy took a beating in this fight far worse than he did the first go round. and you so-called trained and prepared him for a rematch, for potential revenge. You failed. There was no capitalizing on the shortcomings of Navarrete. Mainly that extra few inches above his waistline. In fact, I found it the theme of the evening to talk about the lack of body work from fighters of today. We saw it throughout several matches this evening and afternoon where just the adjustment of being able to go to the body to set other things up would be an effective strategy and tactic. But few of the fighters followed this ideology. Now, ironically, Mr. Navarrete ended tonight's match with Valdez with a body shot, a left hook to the body. Half the time he's just throwing and he's looking to land wherever he can. And he's obviously heavy-handed enough that the punches land with enough of an impact to put his opponents in jeopardy. But again, his particular vulnerabilities, his lack of defense, he takes shots clean on the chin himself. He's never in the type of condition that you would expect an elite top tier fighter to be in, but it's never tested to the degree that it comes back to haunt him. What are these trainers looking at? Who knows? But we saw enough to know early on that Valdez was in an uphill battle from the opening bell. Let's go to the chat and see who we got in the building. Mr. Shelton's out there. The Messenger 215. Jimmy Bernard. Shawalaya's in the building. DLP. Universal Truth. Steph Brown. Jay Alive Forever. Phenomenal Mexican. T-Berry. Todd Swindle. Mind of Mansa Musa. Michael Ray II. King Styles Productions. We saw boxing that was all over the place this evening, people. I mean, some of it was pretty good. Some of it was cringe. But the opportunity to enjoy was there for all of us. Many of us thought that going into this fight that Valdez would at least try to come out and box early and pick his shots, give some movement, not stand in front of Navarrete and try to work angles, and then look as the fight went on to attack and turn his attack up with aggression and pressure in a controlled manner. But like I said, as early as the first round, he found himself on the canvas, and none of that was a part of how he opened the fight. So I don't know that they really had a game plan other than to show up and to try to fight and win. And sometimes that's just not enough, particularly against a guy who is unorthodox, and you look to not take any of his strengths away from him. I listened to my brother BFTB call the fight, and he talked about how slow and sluggish Navarrete's shots looked, and in comparison to Valdez, who was much more fleet of foot and fast with his hands. But if you have no way of capitalizing on those advantages, you're only going to be at a deficit until the end. And that's the way it worked out for Valdez. And he hit the canvas far more times in this fight than was needed. Because even when shots were not called knockdowns, his legs weren't completely under him. And when you're thinking about Valdez, he was definitely the elder statesman in this matchup. He's 33 years of age now. Navarrete is 29. Tough fight. Tough fight. And it was quite interesting to see that even though Navarrete enjoys a 1.5 inch height advantage, his arm length, 72 inches over Valdez's 66, is really what handicapped Oscar. When you have long, sinewy, thin arms with hams for fists, to cut that distance down where those shots don't land, you have to be able to utilize angles, and you have to be able to utilize shorter distance. And when you're inside that distance there of which I speak, body work is a must. Oscar wound up with hooks and threw shots that were wild. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. He wasn't opting to come up inside of Navarrete's arm length with straight shots, only hooks. But those hooks should have been toward the body and on the inside. It's really amazing how trainers are not teaching guys to be more defensively responsible. There's nothing wrong with being a blood and guts warrior, but self-preservation, to be able to protect oneself and at the same time execute an offense, boxing wise. We're seeing that fighters are chucking the defense for offense. And you can get away with that when you're fighting lower level opposition. But you can't get away with that when you're fighting top-notch opposition. You can't do that. And tonight we were seeing these guys displaying both their strengths and weaknesses. O'Shaquie Foster was in the house. looking to possibly face the winner in the future. The type of boxer he is and defensive stalwart he is, there are things that he may be able to withstand when it comes to Navarrete, but will he be busy enough offensively to match what Navarrete does? Very interesting. Queen says, you see, Oshaki kept his ass out of the ring after the fight. He just stood in the aisle looking crazy. Yeah, I saw that. Jimmy Bernard says Valdez's mouthpiece flew out of the ring at about 100 miles per hour. Steph Brown offers that was what I thought would happen the first go round, but things were very off back there. And the ensuing Valdez had no business at all in being in there with Navarrete. Damn. I wouldn't say he had no business being in there. They are of one another's contemporary, but he didn't have a game plan to adjust from the first fight. And this is what can happen. If you can't make adjustments, things can go south very fast for you. We saw it in the fight between Liam Parrow and Richardson Hitchens. Parrow started off okay, first 3 rounds, but once Hitchens made a slight adjustment, he ran away with the rest of the fight. And Parrow wasn't able to adjust to that adjustment. And I wouldn't say he didn't belong in the ring there. I would just simply say that they are not complete enough to make the proper adjustments in order to put themselves in a position to be successful. I talk about these things all the time. Queen says Valdez couldn't get in close enough with those octopus arms swinging those sledgehammers around. Well, you see, Queen, when he did get in close, what did he do? He held. Kevin Rooney used to tell Mike Tyson on the inside, work your way out. Tyson would say something to Kevin like, he's holding me. Kevin say, bullshit. You're letting him hold you. Now get inside and do what I told you to do. You see, sometimes these guys hold on the inside because they don't know what else to do. And they want to stop the action because of not knowing what to do. And they're stopping the action for both sides. You're stopping him because you're embracing him. You're tying him up. You're stopping yourself because you're embracing him and you're tying him up. To fight and be able to fight on the inside is a skill set. Every bit as much as important as being able to box from the outside. Yeah. You have to be able to do more than just be 1 or 2 dimensions out there. 3 can keep you in a number of fights. 5 typically assist in you maintaining victory. And when I say 5, I'm talking about 5 dimensions. Salute to Diesel. I see you out there. The Jab Jamboree is out there. What's good with you, Act? My brother, Drew Titan, LLC in the building. Salute to you all. Kamara, the stepping razor, is out there. What's happening with you? Y'all smash that like button as you come into the building. Not enough likes, but over 100 and something views. Come on now. Come on. What we doing here? What we doing? Emmanuel Navarrete should not be getting away with what he gets away with, being a guy who doesn't get in the best of shape. But it speaks volumes about his contemporaries, because what you're seeing is his contemporaries aren't prepared to be able to deal with him in a manner of which, you know, you can make his shortcomings, make him pay for the shortcomings that he has on display. Again, the conditioning. That guy should not be able to go 12 rounds with a well-trained, school-tooled fighter. Have a good night, Drew. I see you out there, bro. Peace to you. Yeah, being able to come in pudgy, with a spare tire and all of that, as long as he makes the weight, right? But he may have made the weight, but he wasn't necessarily in the best of condition. Why wasn't there a game plan? And most often he comes in and he's not in the best of condition. Why not make a game plan where you make him pay for that? Unless your coach and trainer doesn't know how to do that. Unless your coach and trainer only teaches you how to throw a hard hook on the bag or the pads. Trainer of the year. Yeah. But see, when you come out there and you show those limitations, you know, they're easily recognizable. But if you think it's going to gain victory, Lil Johnny can tell you about that. Yeah. Huh? You think that that's going to net you victory coming out there because you hit the bag and pads hard?
Bullshit?
Yeah. Uh-huh. See, the type of fighter that Navarrete needs to run into is a fighter of the ilk similar to something like this. Messenger 215. Why are you asking about Devin? This is the post-fight show for the feather and super featherweights for this evening. Why are you asking about Devin, bro? Why? And I would like you to respond to that question. Why are you asking about Devin? Ain't nobody talking about Devin but you. You on some kind of mission? I take personal offense. Why ain't you asking no question about this fight that we just saw, or the co-main that I haven't got to yet? Ain't nobody talking about him. There's a lot of people in this weight class. You saw Oshaki Foster in the building. See, this is the kind of stuff, it gets me hot under the collar, man. Because I know what that's about. Please don't go there and start that with me, because you'll change the whole vibe. The Jab Jamboree says, I think Oscar is done. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, when he got away with what he did with Miguel Berchelt, when he got away with that, and he got away against Robson Canseco as a drug cheat, I was just wondering when the shoe was going to drop. And it did tonight, deep in his behind's cavity. No love lost. And he got it at the hands of his own folks. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. See, Shakur was supposed to try to take him out. Shakur didn't do nothing. He boxed his way to victory, but he should have smashed the gas and tried to get that guy up out of here. And maybe we wouldn't have even had these two fights with Navarrete, because Shakur would have handled the business that he was supposed to handle, but he didn't. And I really feel for Burchelt, because Burchelt was actually in a great place in the sport until he crossed paths with this guy. And something tells me he wasn't on the up and up with Burchelt. But you look up and down that camp of Mr. Reynoso, and you see nothing but guys walking on the wrong side of the laws of boxing. There is something there with all of them. But hey, Coach of the Year, huh? That's right, Jab Jamboree. I did a show on that recently, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, Messenger, I just, I be on top of that stuff, man. And we got people out here who be trying to, and I'm just trying to keep you in line because I don't want you to deviate and cross. Yeah, T-Berry, that was horrible with Burchelt. He ain't been the same since. I don't think he's retired, but his career has been on a hell of a pause since he came across Valdez. And they celebrated Valdez. The Canseco robbery, which should have went the other way, but they rather robbed Oshaki Foster instead of Valdez. This sport is a trip, man. But what we see is exactly what it is. We see it. Now, this Robeisy fight against Rafael. These names, huh? Rafael, Robeisy. Listen. A tale of two different stories. I was glad that they put the rehydrations up on the screen to see what these men rehydrated up to. Espinoza rehydrated up to 144.5 or something like that. Ramirez rehydrated up to 137 or something like that. Now, Espinoza happens to be the Sebastian Fundora of the Featherweights. Coming in at 6'1" and at least a 77-inch reach. He towered over the 5'6" Ramirez. And in the first fight, Ramirez was able to put him on the canvas. In this fight, Ramirez landed one solid left on the chin that would have jeopardized quite a number of guys in that weight class. But for whatever reason, Espinoza didn't blink. Robeisy knew he was in trouble at that moment. And guess what? He found himself in a situation where his power wasn't going to be the difference. which means that he would have to box, which means that he would have to get in there and do some other things that he was not prepared to do. In the meantime, Raphael was like, here I am, and began to turn it up. That right hand that ended the fight in the 6th round, 12 seconds into the 6th round, landed right on Ramirez's eye. He turned and put his hand up and said, taxi, taxi, Uber, Lyft, God. Yeah. He pulled a no mas, people. No mas. I want no more. Going into this fight, Espinoza said he was thinking about moving up to the next division. But he may stick around just a little bit longer just to beat up on some of these guys. And hopefully he does, because you know why? It's time to get rid of these cats. Time to get rid of them. Get them out of the sport of boxing. But let me tell you a little secret that you guys may not know about this fight. At the time that the fight ended, when Robisi hailed a taxi out of the ring, there was some interesting scorecards from the judges. The judges, familiar names that you guys have heard us talk about. You know my brother Drew Titan, he gives you the rundown on these names. Zachary Young, Dennis O'Connell, Tim Cheatham. Yeah. At the time that Robisi checkered taxied out of there, he was ahead on all the scorecards. Except for one. Zachary Young had him down 49-46. But the other two, Cheatham and O'Connell, had him up 48-47. He was not winning the fight like that, people. I had Raphael up 3-2. In my breakdown video, I talked about Robisi admiring his work with fighters, being a puncher. And he seems to think that everything is a joke. When he lands a good shot on you, he smiles. But when someone lands a good shot on him, he either goes down or he quits. I think I'm about done watching Robisi Ramirez. The path he chose in this particular bout is not flattering. I don't think he's cut from the cloth of real champions. There was tremendous disappointment across the board with he coming in like he did. The Jab Jamboree says, I think he shouldn't have made them go up no more than 10 pounds. Hey, what we're seeing is a number of things play out right before our very eyes. But to be a professional is important. There's not a lot of professionalism happening in the sport of boxing presently. There's not. Guys are just not living up to what they're supposed to. But at the same time, you're seeing it. Try and take this sticker off my shirt. Steph Brown says Ramirez isn't good either. Packed on some weight to deal with bigger punches, but lacks some particulars. Seems like a one-handed puncher. I don't think he takes the sport as serious as he needs to. And I noticed that way before this particular fight. Before he even faced Espinoza, I noticed this about him. It's almost like I could read some of these fighters like a book. You know, I've dealt with guys in the gym, and it's like they show certain aspects of their character and personalities, and it's quite familiar. It's like, okay, I've seen this before. Yeah. Yeah, Ack, you like that t-shirt? That's my Berserker Clan. Yeah, man. Yeah. How about that? Have to show support for my brothers. The usual suspects. Yeah. You know, that's one thing about Stormy B, man. He supports the community. I don't always get the support back, but you know what? I ain't making no cry about it. I'm just speaking facts. Huh? If it hit your toe, just say, "Oh," huh? Don't try to get all in your feelings and everything, because don't nobody give a damn, huh? It's as simple as that. I'm gonna tell you the truth, huh? Tell you the truth. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. What's good with you? Yeah, I didn't like Robisi, the whole turning around, putting his arm up. Listen, man, there are guys who would love to have that opportunity that you have had tonight, and they'll never see that opportunity and could possibly do something with it that you were incapable of doing. All you showed us really is that you're a front runner. And a front runner is a guy who can do very well when they're out ahead leading the pack. But they are not versed in being able to work hard enough to make a difference when everything isn't aligned for them, set up for them. Yeah. So Ramirez, he can go back to wherever he came from. Let those people deal with him, because they will. They're going to tell him how much they didn't appreciate those type of efforts out of him. They're going to let him know. Yeah. Salute to my brother, the Jab Jamboree out there with the Cash App. He says, thanks for the support, OG. Hey, man, thank you. I know you support. You've always shown me support. And, you know, I appreciate that, brother. See, some people think it's a sign of weakness to show support and love. Some people think that men can't show love and support for one another. They see that as some kind of sign of weakness. But how do you see that as a sign of weakness, but you don't see that persuasive behavior as weakness? I don't understand that. Painting your nails, wearing capri pants, buying women's purses, dyeing your hair all these different colors and everything, wearing dresses. Why you don't see that as weakness?
Fool ass earth man.
Yeah. See, some of your heroes, that y'all been building up and everything, they out here too, huh? I got a new one for you, huh? Remember boots, huh? You know what I call them, right? Penny loafers, huh? No boots around these parts. Yeah, how about that? Yeah! Penny loafers, huh? Yeah. Somebody tell my brother Drew Titan about that, because I told him I was going to premiere that. Yeah, penny loafers, huh? Don't you walk on by, huh? Don't you duck them, huh? Don't you make them cry. Penny loafers. Shout out to Lionel Richie, huh? You mad, huh? Scratch your ass and get glad, huh? Yeah. Yeah. See? I'll be ready. Be ready.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Yeah. Listen, man. There's a way to get rid of all these ducks in the sport of boxing. Huh? The guys who just don't want to step up to the plate and compete. There's a way. Huh? Yeah. Yep. It's as simple as that. But you think they gonna man up and follow suit? They should. Do you think they're gonna take some advisement from Stormybman? And for the trolls that's out there listening, you don't like me talking about your favorite guys and all of that. Guess what? I don't care. You know why?
You must attend the morning ritual in uniform. Outside.
Yeah. Listen. You're going to find as this new year rings in, the fighters that you love that's been avoiding the ass whoopings and everything, I got a theme song for them, huh? Yeah. If you listen real close, huh? Turn everything else down and listen very close. I'll even turn my own soundtrack down, huh? Listen. This is what their theme song. When next year comes around and you say, hey, are you going to face this guy? You going to fight that guy? You going to give us this fight? You going to give us that fight? You going to participate in Riyadh season? This is what you're going to hear from them guys. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. No, because they don't want. Listen, man. They don't want to, huh? Are we going to see the fight that we want to see, huh? Get them out of here, huh? Get them all out of here. Get them out of here. Because that's what it's all about, man. They don't want to, do what they supposed to be doing. That's okay. So Navarrete won and Espinoza won. Hey, wouldn't it be great if Espinoza and Navarrete fought? How about that? Huh? Look at me, matchmaker of 2024. Yeah, get them both in there against each other. Get them both in there against each other. We'll see something, huh? The Robisi fight. Many of us did not see that coming. And that's very unfortunate because we kind of expected a better fight. We actually expected that to be the main event. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah, you have to go back and watch it, Hen Dog. It's on ESPN. You can play it back. Very unfortunate. Ramirez pulled a Roberto Duran no mas 2024. Yeah, you're right, Shower. His performance wasn't great. You're right. Yeah. So, there will be no answering the bell tomorrow. I will make some videos to talk about some of the other fights and fighters. Some of them will be premieres that'll go into next week. Because in 2 weeks we'll have the Fury and Usyk rematch. That's going to be nice. Turkey is giving us that for $40, I think. That's great. But before we get out of here, we got to hear from my man, Focus Ball.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, get you some of that Stormybman merchandise, man. And don't drive too fast out there, Mansa Musa, man. Be careful out there. You got to take care of this holiday season. Ain't worry about you so much, but those fools out there. You want to be able to make it home to your family in one piece, huh? Don't be out there giving them opportunities. Yeah, you know, take care of yourself, because you got people who love you, want to see you in one piece. You know? Get ready, get out of here. Get you some of that Stormybman merchandise. Get you some of that Focus Ball merchandise, huh? Because that's what's up. We support each other. Yeah, you're right, Shawa. It's been a long one. Man, it's been long. I think that's why I've been messing up my queue this evening. So, with that being said, I'm going to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. We will catch you guys next week. And support and love one another out there. Peace to everybody.
Are you shocked, Mr. Williams?
Only in how sloppy your man works.